Hello everyone, this is Monica. I am coming at you with a couple of new technologies. Firstly, I am using the Blue Yeti microphone, so if you will please let me know in the comments if you can hear me all right in this video. I would really appreciate your feedback on that. I am using the cardioid setting in order to do the recording in the hopes that the air conditioning sounds and external sounds might not pick up as badly. I have been experiencing some really bad volume issues lately with my various recording cameras and iPhone and everything. So I'm doing a screencast. The last time I did a screencast, there was like an echo on that from the computer's microphone. So I'm going to try this Blue Yeti out and see what happens. So what I thought I'd do today for Marketing Monday at the Handmade Crafty Creators YouTube channel is talk a little bit about Etsy. There's a new announcement about the fees that are fixing to go up here in July, as well as the comparison to other options in selling online. So for some of my handmade crafty creators, like you're literally on the fence in turning your hobby into a business, which is something that I talked about in a previous video on this channel, this might interest you if you have not opened an Etsy shop. Maybe you don't have any other means of selling online. You're just doing craft fairs or whatever it is that you're doing, or maybe you've not even sold anything yet. What I have here on this first screen is my jewelry making Etsy shop. I've got several reviews listed here, and then you can actually go and check through all of the different items that I have available. I also have them in different categories here. So that is my jewelry making shop, but since I also do digital graphics, this is my digital graphics shop at Etsy. Now they're both on Etsy, but they do different things. So it looks like this screencast is going to kind of cut off some of the screen. I do apologize for that, but the concept is the same. I've got a banner here all across the top. It has a different look altogether because it is my digital graphics, but I do digital downloads, jewelry making tags like you see here. So if I have any beaders or jewelry makers out there, maybe you need some jewelry making tags to hang your goodies on when you sell at craft fairs or whatnot, I have several different versions. So you would just purchase the file and download it, print it, or send it to a printer like at Kinko's or Office Depot or wherever you can get the printing done. I have several different things like cards and such. I do ATC cards, which are the artist trading cards, the bottle caps. Bottle caps are really big on my shop here. Some greeting cards and invitations for like birthdays and things. Gift tags, I also have some mock-ups, which is like your desktop photos for any of you jewelry makers, because that's what I specialize in. That's the type of photos that I offer. Clip art. I have not really gotten to be very proficient with my drawing skills, so I'm still working in the clip art, and I make things out of shapes, but this is the only one I've got so far of that. So I have all sorts of different things available in this particular shop, but I wanted to keep it separate from my handmade jewelry because everything here is digital. So that's why I have two Etsy shops. I used to have a third one that I put my awareness jewelry in. That was prior to me actually getting e-commerce set up on my website. And the awareness jewelry, for those of you that aren't familiar with me and what I do, I have a collection for different types of causes and organizations to make awareness jewelry of. And the three that are closest to my heart are for cancer research, suicide prevention, and diabetes awareness. And I wanted to have a way to kind of give back. So 50% of the proceeds for that jewelry actually goes towards the cause. This is my actual website where you can come and purchase things, and this is in addition to having my Etsy shops that you've just seen and my Amazon handmade shop. This is my actual home on the web. So here you can see everything. There's where you can shop, and I've got all of my different collections here. Here's my awareness collection link, so we'll just click on that so you can actually see what I'm trying to talk about. You can also look at the information for classes and parties, my videos, the blogs that I post, and it's got a contact information, a wish list for people that kind of like to put things in carts before they make up their mind if they're going to purchase. But this is where I talk a little bit about what I do on my awareness collection, and have a little bit of information, some photos and things where I've participated in various events. My website is something that I found necessary even though I already had an Etsy store, and in my case a few Etsy stores, because I wanted to have a home base that I could build up in such a way that if you wanted to come to me directly, I would have that availability for anyone that wanted to do a variety of things, whether it's purchase my jewelry, get some digital graphics created for yourself, maybe look at the classes that I teach, book a tutoring session with me for jewelry making, watch some of my videos if you don't go over to YouTube, and read my blog posts and things. So in order to get all of that accomplished, I needed to have a website that would be multifunctional, and e-commerce needed to be activated so that people could actually shop here. And the reason why I activated an e-commerce on my website is for my repeat customers that always do custom orders with me. They can come to my website directly instead of through Etsy or Amazon Handmade. That is another way, as far as building customer loyalty and trust, that they can purchase from me directly. I am getting all of their attention because they're on my website and not, looking at an item of mine on Etsy and then seeing maybe 20 other competitors there that pops up, because I know Etsy does that now. They can also purchase from me directly, and that helps me as far as my own fee, because the fee that I have to worry about then is the e-commerce fee in using PayPal, because that's the setup that I have at my particular payment option here at my website. Whereas if I'm using Etsy or Amazon Handmade, not only do I have the credit card payment processing fees depending on if it's directly through their service or through PayPal, but I also have that platform's listing fees and whatnot to have to deal with. So if you are on the fence at all about should I have a website even though I have an Etsy or an Amazon Handmade, that is a good reason why to go ahead and set one up. And it doesn't have to be perfect from the get-go. I mean, I'm still tweaking this, and it's been 2 years. But, just get started if you want to try to have a home base the way that I do. And also because I teach jewelry making classes, now also they can pay to set up their tutoring sessions or their classes so that I receive payment in advance. Our changes at Etsy will begin in July. They are increasing the transaction fee from 3.5 to 5%. And that is going to go into effect July the 16th. Now, the other alternative in the changes that they're going to be rolling out is if you want to do like a subscription basis, you're going to have 2 different packages in addition to just the regular standard, which is like what everyone has right now, or we're just paying the transaction fees and the listing fees. They're going to roll out the Plus, which is going to be $10 a month when they first begin it, but it's going to increase to $20 a month as of January 2019. Then they're going to have the premium option, which is going to have a full set of advanced tools. That's going to roll out in 2019, and they don't have pricing listed right now. You can still stay in the standard and just do everything like what you're doing now. You just won't have the fancy tools. Now, some people are concerned with, if I don't use the Plus or the premium packages, will that mean that no matter what I do in my SEO and keyword search, all of my research and everything, will that mean that I still won't be found in the searches as opposed to the people who are paying the subscription prices for the Plus and the premium plan? Etsy has responded that no, that won't have any effect, as far as everyone will have an equal chance at being discovered. Do I know for sure? Do I believe that? I don't know. It's kind of like YouTube saying that everyone has an equal opportunity to get visibility, and yet when you go to the main page, you see people with millions of subscribers and views. Not the little channels. You just have to kind of do your comparison as far as the selling platforms that you want to use. This is really the end of the announcement. Otherwise, it's just talking about the different tools and things to be expecting coming up in the changes. I do not plan to close my Etsy shops The reason being is because they do have more traffic to their website than I get at my Sparkle by Monica website. I get a lot of repeat business, especially in my digital shop. When someone finds me on Etsy, where someone has me create something custom for them, and then they want to keep coming back and keep coming back. And those repeat customers then start contacting me directly at my website because they've just become familiar with me and how to find me and everything. And they're confident in buying from me before, so they're confident in going to my website. That to me is the cost of doing business, to have my Etsy shops available to me to help to increase the traffic eventually to my own website. And also, I know y'all have heard me say this before that have watched my videos, but I don't like to put all my beads in one basket instead of eggs in one basket, since I'm a jewelry maker. That's another reason why I plan to keep my Etsy shops open, because yes, I'm paying fees. Yes, the fees are going to go up. However, when you look at the various other platforms available to us, Etsy is still the big banner flagship for handmade artists and creators that want to get a shop opened fairly quickly and fairly painlessly. Do your research on it. If you wanted to give Etsy a chance, now would be a good time to do it before they increase their fee in July. So you might want to get on board there pretty quickly. If you click on this and you go to set up a brand new Etsy shop, you will get 40 free listings, and so will I once your shop becomes live. So what that means is the 20-cent listing fee you normally have for every listing, you'll get 40 of those for free that you don't have to pay for. The other option that I do have an active shop in is my Amazon Handmade. This is a lot more expensive to maintain. They have a lot more rules that you have to follow. It was an invitation only type of thing as far as to get into Amazon Handmade. Now I believe that is kind of open. You just find the Amazon Handmade and then click to apply to join. What I like here about Amazon Handmade is that, again, it's the traffic factor. So I might have an item that is seen here at Amazon Handmade, such as my little angel earrings, and I had some cookie cutter earrings as well. Those were getting seen quite often there at Christmas time, and because Amazon have such a huge audience there, I'm considering this a cost of doing business, and the chance that hopefully my items will be found, and then once someone has purchased from me at one of these platforms, once or twice, they come to me directly on my website for future purchases. Now, the fee is a lot more expensive. The next thing that I'm going to share with you is the little document that I made, and this is concerning fees comparison. So I put this together today. I will have that linked in the Facebook group so that if you want to download it and save it, you're more than welcome to do that. I'm looking at Amazon, eBay, Etsy, PayPal, Shopify, and Square. Those are the typical ones that a lot of handmade sellers use as far as the big traffic websites. Now, eBay, I have only ever sold, I think, maybe one item, and I absolutely hated the entire eBay process of being a seller. I love the buying process, but the selling process, it was just way too confusing with all of their various fees, and I'm still not 100% sure that I understand it exactly, but I have compiled the information here in this chart to compare it to the others. I've broken it down into 4 different categories. You have your listing fee, you have your transaction and sale fee, your payment processing fee, and if they offer a monthly subscription, you will have that option as well. The reason why I have PayPal and Square listed here, you're not really setting up a shop or a store in PayPal or Square, but you are using them as the means to receive payment via either your card readers that you have through them, or you can set up, I think a register store type setup through Square. I have never used Square, but I have some beading friends that enjoy that. But if you have your own website and you choose either PayPal or Square as far as your payment processor, that is why I have this here on this chart, because that's your only fee. So I didn't have an Etsy and an Amazon, and I only had my website, and my website is set up to do payments through the PayPal option. This is the only fee that I have to be worried about in that regard at my website. So you'll see here Etsy, is right smack in the middle. It has the 20-cent listing fee. Again, if you use that link, you'll get 40 free listings. You have a transactional or sale fee. So each time an item sells, it's 3.5%. That's going to be going up to the 5% fee in July. On top of that, you have the payment processing fee, which at Etsy is currently 3% plus 25 cents. That is in addition to these other fees up here, and the reason is because whether you choose to have the direct checkout through Etsy's payment system or you let PayPal do the processing, you're going to have an additional payment processing fee in addition to your regular Etsy fees. They are going to offer, under the new setup, the $10 and up monthly subscription. eBay, again, you know, it's very confusing when you go to their fee setup and all that stuff, but it's 30 cents for each listing. I did notice that if you have less than 50, I believe, listings, that you do not have that 30-cent fee. However, you have to meet some requirements and your account has to be in good standing. So as a brand new seller, I'm not sure that you would have that waived. That's something that you'd have to look further into their rules. You get transactional sale fee of up to 10%. Again, that apparently is based on how long your account's been open, if you have a store in addition to what you're trying to sell. They have the payment processing of 2.9% plus 30 cents. And then these down here are different monthly subscription options if you set up what they call an eBay store. Now, the eBay store, as opposed to just, you know, selling things individually, that is something, again, that you would have to research a little bit further. But again, to me, it was just too confusing, so I never pursued it. Amazon Handmade is 15% transactional sale. If you have more than 40 items in your shop that are not handmade by you, say you're trying to sell some old books or DVDs or whatever, if you have more than 40 of those in addition to whatever your handmade items are, they will take you off of the transactional selling process and charge you the monthly subscription fee of $39.99. After December 2018, they may do that anyway. They are not 100% clear on, you know, when they're going to go over to the monthly fee. Originally, it was just going to be for the first year, but now I've been on there for over 2 years and I'm still doing the 15% per transaction. Your PayPal is 2.9% plus 30 cents every time that you sell. If I am using my PayPal card reader and I have to manually type in something, my fee will be a little bit higher. Like if the credit card won't swipe and I have to manually enter the credit card, it's a higher fee. If I am just swiping the card directly on my reader, it's a discounted fee, I believe, of 2.7% instead of this 2.9 up here. Otherwise, if somebody is just checking out on your website or whatever platform and they use PayPal, then you're paying the 2.9% plus 30 cents. Shopify is another option, and you can actually have a store set up, so it would be similar to like an Etsy or Square Register or Amazon Handmade. It is something that you can tweak to your liking. It is a 2.9% plus 30 cent payment processing fee. And then you also have monthly subscriptions that you have to decide which one you want, either $29, $79, $299, plus a retail package cost. I have never used Shopify, so I'm not really sure what the retail packaging cost would be in addition, like an additional benefit to your monthly fee, but that again would be for you to research. And then Square has a 2.75% swipe. That is for the transaction. So if you're using the reader, then you would have the 2.75%, which is a little bit cheaper than PayPal. If you have to manually enter in the card, though, it's 3.5% plus 15 cents for the manual entry. Now, these notes down here are just talking about the differences where you might have to have a higher fee, you get a discounted rate, or they have differences with the Etsy where they're going up to 5% instead of the 3.5% with the new monthly subscription fees for the Plus and Premiums options coming up in July. So all of this information here I will keep in this document, share this at the Facebook group so that everyone can have that available. Alright guys, so that was the information I wanted to share today for our Marketing Monday session. I hope that you're enjoying this type of information. Thought that this would be one of the most beneficial features of having a Crafty Creators group, because there are so many people like myself who you've been on the fence at one point or another deciding if you're going to even have an online sales platform. Then you just got to decide, well, do I want to do Etsy, or do I just want to have an eBay store, or what do you want to do? And then there's a lot of people that think, well, should I fool with transitioning over to a website, or, should I have all of them together? It's going to be a lot to keep up with. So I wanted to cover a little bit of that information, as well as share the chart that I created for you with the difference in the fees and everything for the main platforms that most people go to sell their goods online. Now this, of course, is totally separate from if you are using your PayPal reader or your Square reader at craft fairs and in-person events and things like that. However, it's the same as far as using those platforms on your e-commerce setup for a business website that you may have for your products. I'm showing the actual YouTube channel for our crafty creators. For those of you who are not familiar with it, I have the different playlists and things for you guys. The main one is the Handmade Crafty Creators playlist, and then I have the different categories by craft. So if you do, hair art or digital art or fashion, photography, makeup artists, woodwork, pottery and sculpting, painting, beading and jewelry making, all of those are in here. I tried to separate them out because you might not be interested in, this entire, I think I've got 173 videos in it now. The Handmade Crafty Creators channel support. This is the main playlist right here. I'm trying to run through it at least every Sunday to get through all of the videos that are on this list so that I can help you all with your watch time, in addition to trying to get more visibility for you guys should anyone happen across this one. Now this playlist is in addition to the Crafty Creators channel support playlist that I have over at my main channel, which is Sparkle by Monica. For those of you that may not be familiar with that, that is my home for my jewelry making tutorials and craft tutorials and product reviews and things, which I keep totally separate from this new channel, because here at this new channel I want it to be about supporting the crafty creators here and trying to offer you some information for marketing and transitioning from a hobby to a business and different things, as well as offering you the forum to try to help with whatever needs that you might have. You can use this option to loop it so that it just keeps playing the whole list over and over again. If you've seen this playlist a million times, you can do this option to shuffle so that the videos come up in a different order each time that you go through it. Whichever option you want to do is great. And periodically I'll go through here and kind of clean house with people who maybe, for whatever reason, they've decided they don't want to participate in this group, or they maybe they just don't want their video in that playlist, or maybe they're just not an active channel. For those of you that have a different introduction video than the one I may have snagged in here for this list, I'll be happy to change those out, each time that you notify me. Or if I have, a different craft tutorial and maybe you want to put your latest craft tutorial in versus a Valentine craft tutorial that I may have snagged in here, then yeah, just give me a heads up and I'll be glad to come and change those out for you on this list. At the moment I don't have this set up to where everybody add in all sorts of videos because I think that it would get a little bit out of hand, and also I'm trying to keep it for crafting and handmade items and artists and performers. If you have not already, please subscribe to Crafty Creators. I would really appreciate the support. So for anyone that's wondering, this is the brand new channel, but it's for crafty creators, and it is to tie in the Facebook group as well as the social platforms that I have and the website. This is totally separate from my existing older channel, the Sparkle by Monica, which is just for my craft tutorials and jewelry making tutorials. This is the website at handmadecraftycreators.com. You can come here and check out the forum, which I try to right now have everything separated by categories and go in and participate in each individual forum. There's also a general discussion area. We'll have blog posts from time to time. The videos are actually currently linked to our YouTube channel, so you should see that information as well. Have videos updated. Now these are the actual videos that I am creating. This is not the playlist, the support playlist, so just to make that clear. And then of course our merchandise page. I'm actually going to have to film another video because I got 2 shirts that have the designs on the front and back, so I wanted to show you those that are different from what you've already seen. That's all I have for the differences in the Handmade seller fees comparisons, the Etsy changes that are coming here in July, as well as just to remind you guys to please pass the word on our Handmade Crafty Creators website and YouTube channel. Please be sure that you are cycling through the playlist whenever you have the opportunity. That way it helps support everyone that is currently in that list. If you have any suggestions for me as far as this group or any of the content that I'm providing, I would appreciate that. Just pop that into the comments below. I will see you again on the next Marketing Monday. Have a craftacular day, y'all. Bye!